Women living with disabilities in Nigeria have taken to the streets of the Federal Capital Territory calling for inclusion governance. They say that they want policies to be put in place that will guarantee their rights and create opportunities for them to serve in government. Marvelous Obomanu tells us more.
A gathering of people with disabilities from across Nigeria's federal capital. They all converged to form a common front to push for their demands. They first started with a road march, carrying placards with different inscriptions. Some of them called for inclusion of women with disabilities in governance, while others called for the implementation of policies that will guarantee the rights of women with disabilities.
Presently, it is sad that women and girls with disabilities in Nigeria are at a 0% level of participation in governance. Some of us ran for elective positions without winning our elections due to the factors, barriers, and challenges that are stopping us.
An informed and proactive measure is therefore needed to achieve and sustain the goal for inclusivity in all electoral processes, most importantly, post-2023 elections. We need to remind government that persons with disabilities need to be appointed in government structures.
Many present also called for the removal of barriers inhibiting women participation in governance.
This project is born out of the stark realization that the existing legal frameworks, including the 2018 Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act and Clause 54 of the Electoral Act 2022, have not been adequately executed.
The number of persons with disabilities that became candidates after screening and other electoral processes were 34. So out of these 34, we had 19 women with disabilities. And out of these 19, none of us were able to win our elections.
While others proffered recommendations on how their participation can be improved.
Appoint women with disabilities in every appointment opportunity at all levels of government, according to the Section 29 of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act 2018, which states that a minimum appointment of 5% quota for persons with disabilities with emphasis on women.
We call upon all stakeholders, including government institutions, civil society organizations, and the media, to unite with us in this noble endeavor to make our democracy truly inclusive.
The women with disabilities say their numbers presents an opportunity for government to tap from a pool of skilled and competent human potentials for economic growth and development. Marvelous Obomanu, reporting for News Central.
And thanks to Marvelous Obomanu for that report. We have the founder of Cedar Seed Foundation, Lois Auta, who's joining us via Zoom. Good morning. Thanks for your time. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, rather.
Good morning.
Great to have you on the program. So first of all, thank you for the work that you're doing. You know, it's important to shed light on, the importance of bringing in more women with disability into these positions and giving them more opportunities. But share with us, what the reality is in Nigeria today. A lot of people do not know. It almost, it's barely part of any conversation. So what's the reality, really for women with disabilities across Nigeria?
Yes, the reality is we are triple jeopardized. First as a woman, secondly as a woman with disability, and lastly, the society that we live in. we have a lot of barriers, difficulties, and challenges as women with disabilities. And these challenges, these barriers could be infrastructural, it could be attitudinal, it could be institutional, it could be medical, economical, and so on. We find it difficult to get employed as graduates, as women with disabilities who have gone through school, and we need to be employed. We find it difficult to be accepted in the society due to our various types of disabilities, the deaf woman, the woman with visual impairment. They find it difficult to access healthcare facilities and services. Because as a deaf woman, when you get to the hospital, how is it confidential to share what is wrong with you with the medical practitioner without a sign language interpreter? And someone like me that use a wheelchair on daily basis, how can I access hospital facilities independently without being assisted? I will never forget the story of my friend, my very dear friend, who was pregnant. She went for antenatal clinic. She was well attended to. On her way out of the hospital, she fell from the staircase from her wheelchair. Right there, she lost the pregnancy. She started bleeding. This is sad in this country. So we need to pay attention to the needs of women with disabilities because we have our peculiarities. We have our needs, and we need to be given our rights. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being a voice and sharing so clearly what these challenges are. And just being able to start this campaign by you even being on our show, you are highlighting the importance of inclusion and why women living with disabilities, more needs to be done for them. Let's talk about what your perceived end goal from all of this would be. What are the indicators you would see that would make you think, okay, this campaign has become a success and in truth, the government has finally paid attention to women living with disabilities and included us as much as they should?
Yes, we are thankful to Plaque and Mercator Foundation for supporting the Disability Inclusion in Governance initiative to ensure women and girls with disabilities are included in governance structures. As it is sad to say in this 21st century that Nigeria is still playing at 0% level of participation for women and girls with disabilities in this country. Women with disabilities are intelligent, they are brilliant, they have gone to school. Some of us are lawyers, some of us are engineers, some of us are managing directors, executive directors, founders of big organizations. We have the capacity, we have the potentials, we have the right to be as a director general, executive secretary in any government parastatal agency, MDAs, whatever it is. But we lack the support, the opportunity, and the platforms to do that. So I'm challenging government institutions and private institutions right now listening to me that we want that 5% reservation of the Nigerian Disability Act to be given to us. Ministerial list came and gone. Yes, 19% of women was there. But what about women with disabilities? I personally ran for office twice. I did not win. And some of our women too ran for various elective offices. Nobody won her elections. So we need to include women with disabilities as ministers, as director generals, as commissioners, as permanent secretaries, as executive secretaries, and so on. we want to play our role. We want to contribute our quota to the development of this country. So we have our rights, we have the voice to speak out.
All right.
To those that want to listen, to those that care to listen to us, because it is our right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's you know, really, really tough, you know, and I think that the work that needs to be done goes beyond even just government. I think as a society, as communities, as, you know, as a people, we need to also put an effort to recognize people with disabilities even more. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. And of course, we wish Cedar Seed Foundation the very best, and we hope that your voice continues to travel far and wide, and we'll play our part, you know, so to also spread that message. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.